Siddharth Sharma of the Aam Aadmi Party joining us live on the show. Siddharth, what's going on? Because I have two bits of breaking information. One, it appears, Siddharth, and I have the details right now. The numbers from which the Aam Aadmi Party MLA Mukesh Kejriwal has claimed to have received the calls, the numbers shown. So we know that snapshots were put out, Siddharth. You have the snapshots with you that were put out on Twitter as well. That's the snapshot. Yes, that's the snapshot. Correct. That is the snapshot. That is the snapshot. It appears there's a twist in the tail because you see the screenshot they are claiming, Siddharth, the screenshot they are claiming is when you receive the call. The twist here is we are being told that the person who called on this number claimed that there were 2 missed calls from the MLA Mukesh Kejriwal and he was calling back. So did Aam Aadmi Party dial BJP or did BJP dial Aam Aadmi Party and you've conveniently put the BJP dialing Aam Aadmi Party wala screenshot? Yes.
So if Aam Aadmi Party is showing that
I can see one part of the screenshot. I can't see the other. I can see incoming. I can't see outgoing.
Exactly. If Aam Aadmi Party, that's what I was trying to say, that if Aam Aadmi Party is showing that we have an incoming call, I think Republic Channel and you should show that there is an outgoing call just like we are showing. So if you're not showing it, then the question here is, strangely, how come Republic Channel has so much investigative authority as well as forensic knowledge to come up with something that even the investigative agencies have not come up with? Now, this is the side story. The real story, the bigger story is that what happens when an umpire sleeps during a cricket match.
Okay.
What happens essentially is that players and fans use technology to ensure players...
1 minute. You asked a question. You asked a basic question, Siddharth. How does Republic TV get the information? You asked a basic question. I'm telling you. How does Republic TV get information? What happens in journalism is that you dial officers in the ACB who are in the know or may have details and you collect information without revealing their identity that is referred to in common language as sources. We refer to them as sources who have told us, you want to know more? Okay, I will tell you more what sources in the ACB told us and then you can respond to me, okay? They also told us that ACB, this person, I told you about the 2 calls. He had 2 calls and then he called back. This person claimed that he's from Sultanpur Mazra village and said that Mukesh Kejriwal is our MLA. Person claimed that his name is Naresh Rana. He said that he's sending the screenshot of the missed call. This is what was communicated. And I have a second bit of information that Sanjaysingh did not cooperate with the ACB. I'll come to that next, but come back to the call. It's called sources, Siddharth. Siddharth, sources.
Yeah. So
it's
are
common.
you saying that
Yes.
the ACB of Modi government is so compromised that the investigative officer who is supposed to handle investigation fairly and unbiasedly has become a source of some Republic channel? I think that's a huge indictment that you are making. In fact, the ACB wouldn't be able to even tell this in a court of law.
Oh my
that their
God.
investigative officers
Siddharth,
have become so compromised.
Siddharth, have you been a journalist?
Are you saying that, in fact, you are indicting the entire investigative agency here? Their case is going to fall off just with this show. With just this YouTube link of this show, their entire investigation is going to fall flat. You've just indicted them of rather than being a fair and transparent investigative agency.
Siddharth, 1 minute.
They become sources of some
Siddharth, it's not between you and me, Siddharth. Come on. Siddharth, it's not between you and me. My job is to tell you the information I receive so that I get your response officially. So I want your response officially. Now the second part is, see, it's not between you and me, Siddharth. Let's not make it about that. Second part is the information that we are receiving. Sanjaysingh did not cooperate with the ACB. Despite being requested multiple times, he did not share the names of the 16 Aam Aadmi Party leaders who allegedly received calls from the BJP. This is what we are hearing. ACB questioned him on how did first the Aam Aadmi Party claimed it was 7 leaders, the number changed to 16. It's not adding up is what they say that we picked up, and I'm putting that question to you. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, in the last 7 minutes, I've been on your show, you've used the word, we have heard that, we are hearing at least 7 or 8 times.
Yes.
So basically the entire show is on hearsay. When you are on hearsay...
No. You should ask Shazia Ilmi or you should ask Ashish Ketan, former journalist who worked with you, or Ashutosh, what sources mean and who sources can be. Right? My source can also be Arvind Kejriwal. But I may not want to name Arvind Kejriwal, but my source can be Arvind Kejriwal. There's nothing wrong in that. Right?
You cannot be a constitutional
but I can show you proof.
Authority.
The difference between your source and my source is that I can show you proof of who I dialed, right?
Yeah, I also showed the same proof. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm not making this personal. The debate has to go on in a very sportive and a spirited manner. So just for the sake of debate, I'm using reverse logic here to say a simple fact that Aam Aadmi Party is coming up with an incoming number. Whoever has a source which shows that same number as outgoing number, they have to come up with it, and this has to come from the investigative authorities.
How many
Investigative
calls have you
authorities are
received?
leaking things,
Okay.
then it goes
Okay,
on
forget
to show.
about what was leaked, Siddharth. Tell me, how many of your leaders have received calls? Tell me the official version. How many received calls? What was told to your MLAs? Tell me.
Yeah. Once this thing has gone into investigation, as you know, the ACB has already approached us today. Mr. Sanjaysingh and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, they have given off all the required details. Once this thing is into investigation, I'm not at a liberty, neither are you. Just like I can question you, saying that how do you know about this? You will also question me that how can I know about it? It is between the people who received those calls and the leaders who have already divulged these things to the ACB. In fact, Mr. Sanjaysingh was the person who went to the ACB and complained about this. So ACB saying that he is not cooperating is like saying it's like your channel telling me that I am bald, and when I say see my hair, you are saying that please count your hair and tell that. It's not going to happen that way. My hair on my head shows that I am not bald.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about sources. You should speak to the journalists, the former journalists who were once associated with your party on what sources really mean and who these sources can be. Come on, Siddharth, this was not required. Thank you for joining us. Anyway,